Welcome to Women Who Lead, a series of Learn, Lead, Go, where we continue celebrating my new book, Women Who Lead, Navigating a Path of Influence and Success, by highlighting the stories of remarkable women entrepreneurs and leaders. I'm your host, Danina Tard, and today I am thrilled to introduce a guest who has not only mastered the art of personal brand, but also helping others to shine. Joining us today is Clarene Mitchell, the founder and CEO of TCM Communications, a social media branding firm based in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Clarene is a powerhouse when it comes to empowering success-driven entrepreneurs and corporate leaders to maximize their presence on LinkedIn, generating organic, impactful results. With over 30 years of experience as a print journalist and public relations professional, Clarene has been instrumental in shaping the brands of community-based organizations and advancing critical issues. Her entrepreneurial journey began in 2017 when she identified a gap in the digital space. Clarene is a participant in LinkedIn's exclusive Creator Accelerator program and author of the book Shine Online with LinkedIn. Now, let's get started. Clarene, welcome to the Learn, Lead, Go podcast.
Thank you so much for the invitation and the opportunity to speak with your audience, Denise. I've been looking forward to this opportunity to talk with you.
You have so much to offer. I have been watching you for quite some time on LinkedIn. And everyone, if you are not following her, you are doing yourself a disservice. So make sure that you listen, get the information, and find her on LinkedIn. Your life will be made better for it.
Oh, that's mighty gracious of you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I will shine the light on you always because you're doing great work that people need to know about. One of the things I want you to do is just kind of think about your journey, your entrepreneurial journey, as a matter of fact. And can you share a time when you realized the importance of self-leadership and how this realization shaped your approach to running your business?
Oh, my. That's kind of like every day. The reminders, especially as a solopreneur, is all about self-leadership. I have no one to tell me, okay, get up and go do this, go do that, or how to do things. It's all predicated on me driving myself, being my own leader. So that's a daily process for me as a solopreneur. Even, at the start of the journey, before I became an entrepreneur, just answering the call, so to speak, answering the need that I discovered in the market, the void in the market, in the industry for someone with my area of expertise, my level of expertise, my approach to how I do what I do. So first, the leadership was answering that and taking on the charge to not just be on the sidelines about it and watch others or having people tap into my expertise without paying me my worth for it, and tapping into my expertise knowing that they were gaining value and going away better as a result of our conversation or our sessions together. Answering the call, so to speak, to become an entrepreneur, and every day along the way of my 7 years of being a solopreneur is all about self-leadership. It's all about driving myself to keep going, to do better, to accomplish more, set new goals, achieve those, and then set some more, getting out of my comfort zone, getting out of my own way, so to speak, so that I can achieve even more and have greater impact.
That's some good insight. I want to dig a little bit deeper. A lot of people, they glamorize entrepreneurship. I want to be my own boss. I want to have command of my schedule, and I want to do what I want to do. Well, the reality of that is your schedule to some degree is yours, but for the most part, it is towards your client that you're serving, and it's also there's more boundaries, if you will, in being an entrepreneur
that you have to put into place, because if you don't set those boundaries as an entrepreneur, and like you were talking about people being able, wanting to tap into your knowledge without writing a check, if you will, you had to set up that boundary and express it.
Right.
And also, being an
Right.
entrepreneur, we have to set up some more boundaries, because we all know that if we don't get up and go to work in the morning, we don't get paid. So what advice would you give an entrepreneur?
Can I just insert here? It's more than that for us as entrepreneurs, because in the official or traditional work world, if there's a day I wake up and I don't feel like going to work, maybe I can tap into sick pay. Maybe I can tap into paid leave, vacation, whatever, holiday pay, whatever it is. There are those benefits that we can tap into. As solopreneurs, as entrepreneurs, we don't have that fallback, so to speak. It's a risk that we take every day if we say, oh, I'm just going to roll over this bed till real good. Okay, so then what will that mean revenue-wise for us on that particular day or down the line, because we didn't get up and do what we needed to do today? It has that ripple effect. Yeah, there's a greater consequence to it as entrepreneurs if we're not getting up and doing what we need to do on a daily basis. Now, yeah, we need to do the self-care, take time to recharge and all of that, but we have to always be pushing ourselves forward, leading ourselves to grow even more business-wise.
And in doing that, you're leading up to something, and I want to tap into that. All of that takes a certain mindset. And we know, we've heard about the growth mindset by Carol Dweck and the fixed mindset. But can you speak to how you have had to develop, or how you would recommend that an entrepreneur switch that mindset so that they can be in the right headspace in order to be an effective entrepreneur, to keep themselves motivated when the clients aren't coming in as swift as they need them to be, or when the clients are coming in and they're a little overwhelmed? What have you found to be a success factor for you in managing your mindset towards entrepreneurship?
Well, I think for me, the core of it is the fact that God is a solid business partner for my business. And I say that in reference to my faith has been the driving factor for me keeping my mindset in balance when things are going chaotic and crazy, right? Or the client flow isn't coming in as quick as I would want, or the revenue and the payment and all of that. It's the faith, my spiritual faith is what keeps me centered in knowing that He will make a way out of no way for me when the time is needed and give me the ram in the bush. In addition to that is real-life practical strategies that I employ on a daily basis. The reading of different books, entrepreneurship-wise, that give us the gems that we need to keep going, to grow even more and be on track, right? Like Arlan Hamilton's Your First Million book, right? There's so many others. Build That Damn Thing by Catherine Finney, right? I can go on and on because I have a library full of them. But reading motivational quotes, being around or in connection and communication with like-minded people is really hard to have that growth mindset, to have that drive to keep going when you're surrounding yourself or being involved with individuals who don't have the same mindset. You know, even if they may not be entrepreneurs, they still have to have that success-driven mindset. Otherwise, the conflicts are going to come in when you need to get in your zone or do what you need to do business-wise. You don't need the chatter in your head or in your ear or phone calls or the text messages or the conversations from people who want to criticize as opposed to respect what you're doing and how you need to do what you do. So cultivating those that you're in communication with your circle so that that helps to empower, uplift, right? Because it can be very easy to slip and fall back, so to speak, if people around you are in the fallback mode all the time. If people around you are not driven, if people around you are not goal-orientated, if people around you always have excuses for stuff about things or, expect others to do for them, then what's that saying, Janine? Birds of a feather flock together, right?
Oh, yes.
Or how, when you're around certain people, it can start to weigh on you. Either you go their way mindset-wise or they come your way. But there's a risk to that because you don't want the pull to go from you to them, right?
You gave a lot of information. And you hit on something that's very important because as entrepreneurs, sometimes we feel as though we're traveling this journey alone. And because we're not surrounded by people day to day, depending on what your job or your profession is. But I think it's so important what you said about locking in with like-minded individuals, people who are aspiring to do better. If everyone in my circle is doing the same thing I'm doing, I'm in the wrong circle. I need someone that's going to challenge me. And I think as entrepreneurs, sometimes it gets complicated because we can have a tendency to see people as competition instead of a source of collaboration and togetherness. And I think it's very important to distinguish between the importance of collaboration as far as growing and developing, and it also contributes to you growing and developing not only your business but as a person, because you might be strong in an area that I need developing in. So if we're exchanging ideas and I'm giving back to you in return something that helps you become better, that's a collaboration that works, as opposed to surrounding yourself with people who are just taking. No, that's not a good relationship.
That part, and we do have to be mindful of that. I've been burnt along my journey as an entrepreneur where we have to have a critical eye or trust our gut and really judge circumstances or supposed opportunities of collaboration to make sure it isn't one-sided and that we're not the only ones just giving and giving or the other person is not the only one benefiting. There has to be that win-win scenario versus the, opportunistic kind of mindset that some people do have where they want to come up and they see us as a way to get that come up, but there has to be a mutuality with that.
I'm absorbing what you just said and using it as a reminder. No, it is good. Listeners, I told you were going to want to have something to write with so that you can take down the nuggets. When we talk about entrepreneurship in the long haul, it can be a challenging journey. How do you plan for the long-term goals while managing your day-to-day operations and challenges? Because sometimes, we can get so focused in the moment, and it steals time away from us spending time strategizing about those long-term goals that we have.
Very true. Just an example of this is how when the pandemic happened, right, and everything shut down, when we didn't have those long-term kind of strategies or plans in motion or in the back burner, a lot of businesses failed. A lot of entrepreneurs gave up. We have to be in that daily mindset, handling things daily, but we have to be doing that long-term forecasting as much as possible. None of us predicted the COVID would come or happen, right? And that's how it is with a lot of things. We can't predict, but we have to prepare as much as we can and or, be nimble enough to be flexible so that we can make the shifts when we need to make the shifts, because there's always something that's going to be happening that we don't expect, but we can't let that. The unexpected hit us to the point where it shuts us down. It immobilizes us where we can't get things together quickly and move forward, continue to move forward.
Clarene, Thank you so much for your willingness to just share your journey. Because I think the more we share our journey about entrepreneurship, it helps others to not only grow in their entrepreneurship journey, but it also might make them, decide, what, that's not the route that I need to take right now. I'm going to pursue
Mhm.
X. And I think the more information that individuals have, the better decisions they can make to fit their current needs. Before we bring this to a close, would you please share with our
Wait
audience
a minute.
how
We're done already? Oh
we have
no.
we have reached that mark. We have accomplished our goal of getting some good information out to our listeners, and I'm happy.
I hope it's impactful for your listeners.
It will be. What I'd like for you to do is share with our listeners how they can reach you and tell them a little bit more about how you transform their lives.
Oh, thank you. I am Clarene Mitchell. I'm the founder and CEO of TCM Communications. My whole focus as an entrepreneur is changing the trajectory of lives and businesses one LinkedIn profile at a time.
Thank you so much for joining us on Learn, Lead, Go. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I wish you continued success.
Thank you so much. To you as well.
Thank you for tuning in to Learn, Lead, Go. If you've enjoyed today's episode and want more insights, don't forget to subscribe. We've got more incredible conversations lined up, all aimed at helping you lead with influence and success. And remember, my book, Women Who Lead, Navigating a Path of Influence and Success, is available on Amazon as a resource to deepen your leadership journey. Until next time, keep leading with purpose and passion.